how emotions are so important. How are they stored in our body, and where do they come from? So by emotions, emotions mean energy in motion. And a lot of our emotions come from the past, come from the experiences that we have lived, and they come and they become stored in our body. And then when this happens, if we've had like serious threat events in the past, where like we've had trauma, where we've had like lots of negative events, our body has memory, and this stays stored in our body. It's like living in a fight and flight mode. We are conditioned like that since we were our primitive times, you know, when we had to hunt for food and when we were like in tribes and stuff. So our brain is always in a fight or flight mode, creating emotions and storing emotions in our body. And majority of the times, the emotions that we have experienced in the past have not been great emotions. You know, they've been emotions of guilt, they've been emotions of shame, they've been emotions of sadness, they've been emotions of very lower frequency emotions, and they get stored in our body, and we're not able to create new unknown experiences because we are vibrating in those lower emotions in our body. And I want to explain this because when you're doing hypnosis sessions, or when you're doing when you're trying to reprogram your brain to create better habits, you're gonna have to take into consideration the emotions that have been stored in your body from the past. So to do that kind of work, you have to go inside of yourself and find out, what is it that I'm carrying from the past? What emotions have I experienced that I'm still carrying from the past until this present moment? So think about your life and find out those emotions. Now, it doesn't benefit that you are storing these emotions in your body, because then you're not able to create new habits. You're not able to reprogram your brain when these emotions, these lower vibrational emotions, are stored there. So what do you need to do? You need to get in tune with your body, get in tune with your inner world by doing meditations or doing hypnosis sessions, and reprogramming your brain by storing uplifting, positive emotions such as happiness, gratitude, joy, anything that's high vibrational, any emotion that's high vibrational. So when you are in a state of meditation, if you're meditating every morning or if you're meditating at night, make sure you're always tuning in to one positive emotion, one uplifting emotion in your life. So think about, what uplifting emotion in your life do you want to feel in that moment? For me, when I go into meditation or into hypnosis, I want to feel gratitude. So I reprogram my brain when I go into meditation, and when I go into this alpha theta states where you are receptive, and your brain is receptive to the suggestions that you're giving it to it. When you are in this state, suggest your brain to feel gratitude, happiness, and stay with that feeling. Stay with that feeling, so that you can reprogram your brain to think and to vibrate in the positive emotions that we need to change our habits and to change our lives. And the more you do this, because like I've mentioned before, that your brain works through repetition, the more you do this, the more you will accustom your body and your mind to feel positive emotions and live in the present moment instead of staying stuck in the past. Because like I said, our emotions are based on past experiences. So what we're doing every day is that we are reliving our past. And that's the reason why a lot of people have a hard time moving forward, because we're constantly reliving our past experiences and reliving our past emotions. It takes inner work to get out all of those past emotions, but you can do it. Hypnotherapy works because what hypnosis does is it goes to your subconscious mind. Your beliefs are stored, but it also tunes into the emotions, the feelings of that moment that you are being regressed. And by doing hypnotherapy, we take those feelings out, because we cannot live with our feelings. When it comes to low vibrational feelings, we cannot live with those feelings inside, stored inside of our body. We need to let them out. And with hypnotherapy, we do that process of you freeing those negative feelings, freeing those guilt feelings, freeing the part of you not having a voice and being able to voice yourself, because the feeling is stored, but you need to do the action of letting them go, letting them express by expressing yourself. So when you do this with hypnosis, you are freeing yourself from those stagnant feelings and coming back to the real essence of yourself in the present moment. The essence of yourself is you being you. You not being conditioned by the past or the present or the future. You're just being you. You are not keeping anything inside of yourself. You're expressing yourself. You're letting everything out. Because what you bottle in ends up in any way, shape, or form coming out. It could be in diseases, it can be in having bad relationships with other people, because you have not expressed those lower vibrational emotions. And hypnotherapy does an amazing job at you being able to free yourself from that, being able to express yourself freely. That's how emotions are stored in our body. And that's the reason why we keep reliving our past and not being able to move forward. So reprogram your brain. If you're going into meditation, make sure you're thinking of uplifting positive feelings, positive emotions. The more you make this a repetitive pattern in your life, the more this becomes who you are, part of you. You become one with it. It becomes a natural feeling. If our body is able to store past emotions and make them part of our daily lives, we can also reprogram our brain to think better emotions, think better thoughts. Every thought carries an emotion. So it starts by you thinking better thoughts, you're creating better emotions. So that's why hypnosis is so powerful, because you're constantly repeating and reprogramming your brain to think better, to have better feelings, to come into an awareness of you and the feelings that are going on in that moment when you're doing a hypnosis session or when you're doing a meditation. You're tuning into your inner world. We have more time focusing in the external world than we do in the internal world. So we need to switch that around. You need to have some time for you to focus in your internal world before going to bed, when your brain is more receptive to taking suggestions, or when it's in the alpha and theta state. If you want to do it before bed, it's a great idea. If you don't have time during the day, but try to connect with your inner world. There's so much information that your inner world has to give you. in order for you to move on with your life. So if you're stagnant in your life, if you're stuck, if you feel like you don't have a purpose, let me tell you that you do. You just have to give yourself time to connect with your inner world. We're so quick to be giving our energy to the outside world, to our boss, to our kids, to our husband, to different external things, but we're not ever in tune with ourselves, with our inner world. We give other people more than we give to ourselves. So that needs to change. Magic happens and the answers happen when you go within. So go within, start tuning into recreating better thoughts and creating better emotions and just going in more often. And then you'll find that more you keep repeating this constant habits of meditation habits and the uplifting positive vibrational energies such as good feelings of joy, gratitude, and all that, you are reprogramming your brain to just think more of that and live here in the present moment. When you feel those emotions, you are feeling them in the present moment because they're not part of your past. They're part of you right now. You're reprogramming in the now because you've been conditioned to live in the past for too long. So you need to let that go and become one with good emotions, good repetitive emotions, good repetitive thoughts. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to comment down below. You are going through something where you just want to reconnect with yourself again, and you're meditating, you're doing hypnosis session, what your experience has been with that. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up. Thank you so much for listening. Namaste. Bye.